Does it ever seem like your ex has a certain advantage over you in this whole process that's playing out between the two of you right now? Although there are certain ways that this can sometimes just be in your mind, there is actually one way that your ex does have an advantage after the breakup, and that is what we're going to be getting into in this video. But first, hello, my name is Clay with modernlove.life. We are, of course, here to help you get the great loving relationship that you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you are not. Why? Because obviously you deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. Many times people do fundamentally feel as if their ex has this certain elevated level of power or authority or control over them in the situation. And again, to a certain degree, this might be true in some respects. However, a lot of times this is in the person that I'm talking to. It's in their own mind, and we want to be able to make the distinction between what is just sort of our own perception versus what might actually be our partner, really having a certain degree of power over the situation. Okay. And more importantly, we'll be talking about how to short circuit this situation so that you can regain your power and confidently move forward with your relationship here. So, what is this way that your ex has power over you and over your situation together? Quite simply put, it's that they saw the breakup coming. If they were the one that dumped you, they obviously were the one that initiated the breakup. And then that means that they were probably thinking about this for a while, and that they initiated it. You, on the other hand, may not have seen the breakup coming. It may have even been a complete and utter surprise to you. Your ex may have planned this breakup ahead of time, and as the result of that, they saw the breakup coming. They had time to prepare whatever it was that they were going to do. Even if they hadn't done something like go into a rebound relationship, or even if they hadn't done something, extreme like that, they may have at least still had time to emotionally prepare for the breakup to occur, whereas you may not have had time to do this. And of course, if you are caught off guard by this breakup situation, then you are, of course, more likely to slip into damage control mode and do things and say things that are not necessarily going to help you out when it comes to trying to save your relationship or things of that nature. By the way, if you do like these videos that we do, it would help me out a lot if you would gently tap the thumbs up button. It is a free and a delightful way that you can support this channel and help spread this message to other people. Anyway, moving right along. So what can we actually do to balance out the scales here and to recover from this sort of imbalance in the dynamic between the two of us? The first thing is that we want to make sure that we are getting our own emotional world under control, that we are managing and handling our emotions in a productive and healthy sort of way. Now, there are definitely a lot of ways that we can do this. There's definitely a lot of things that we can do to manage our emotions. But I can tell you that this breakup may be hard. It may be hard for you to go through this. It may even be the hardest thing that you've ever had to do before. But I promise you that you can do this. Okay. All you have to do is just stay grounded and present in the moment. We have a lot of stuff that we're going to be publishing in the near future on the topic of staying grounded through a breakup. However, in the meantime, it would probably help you out a lot to start reading books on Stoicism. If you're not familiar, Stoicism was a sort of ancient Roman philosophy that just allowed people to sort of mentally and emotionally toughen themselves up against the harsh realities of life. And I think that it's definitely valuable for this time that we're all living through as well, too, as well as difficult things such as breakups or other life challenges. And so we definitely want to make sure that we are doing what we need to do to make sure that we are in a good emotional place. Okay. The next thing is we want to avoid doing additional damage to the situation. We don't want to continue to do things that are not helping us out here. Again, it's okay. You may not have seen this video before you did some things. Maybe you did some damage control mode things and all that. But hey, now you're here. Even if you just broke up yesterday or this morning or something, you now are equipped to know certain things moving forward. And that's that begging and pleading do not work. Apologizing a million and one times do not work. Texting or calling a million times does not work. I think we have all figured this out one way or another. If not, then hello, that is your little pro tip right there. So we want to avoid doing things that do not help you out. Now, what I did recently in a video, which you can find right over here, is I have laid out a specific plan on how you can actually get back together with your ex without using the no contact rule. So please go ahead and check that out if you're new here, if you haven't seen this video yet. It's very helpful, but we want to really avoid doing things that are going to cause more harm. And the way that we're going to do this is by dropping the romantic pressure between us and our partner, getting on the same team, and then building a solid emotional connection with them. Okay. Remember, they are probably going through the start of this breakup at riding the dragon. After a breakup typically happens, your ex will end up at riding the dragon, typically, unless there's some kind of big dramatic thing that happens. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's one of the 5 stages that your ex goes through in getting back together. Again, you can find that in a different video, which I'll link to up there. But typically, they'll find themselves right in the middle where they're of two minds about all of this. And many times it's the things that we do and say that actually cause them to retreat further and further into reactance and go into test drive stage or wall of reactance or things of that nature. So we want to avoid doing the wrong things by reducing the romantic pressure, staying connection focused, and getting on the same team. And then what we want to do is we want to stay connection focused and follow the strategy that we've outlined. Okay. I know that a lot of times people will go through this process of trying to figure out how to save their relationship after a breakup, and they will start learning about things like the no contact rule. They'll start learning about things like radio silence, and they think that these are the only path to move forward. And at least for me, when it was me going through my own breakup, I didn't like the idea of this. It felt wrong. And, I've gotten back together with my big ex without no contact and also with no contact. And let me tell you, without no contact was a lot easier. But what I want to tell you is you don't have to use no contact. In fact, most of the time, it's a big waste of time. So what I want you to do instead is to go ahead and check out this video right here, which explains a very specific strategy that you can use to get back together with your ex without no contact. And if you're not ready for that just yet, you can also check out this quiz right here on how to tell if your relationship can be saved over at modernlove.life/quiz. It's a short assessment. Go ahead and check it out.